Hey, Craig, how's it going? Sore throat. I got to keep knocking on wood, man. I usually get sick by now from my kids from school, but nothing's happened yet. Probably this week. If I keep talking about it, it's going to happen, huh? Busy weekend, man. I feel like I haven't had like a weekend to just sit down. Hard to complain when it's Thanksgiving and kids are home and stuff, but I could use like, Friday, Saturday where I just do almost nothing. Hasn't been a while since I've done that. Or it's been a while since I've done that. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for the early start again tonight. We're just a few spots away again. Is Ozzy still available in MLB jersey? He is. Ozzy Albies. Right there. Oh, I'm not even showing you my screen. That's why. Make sure I do see a claim on Facebook. Let me make sure. Oh, it's on the buy sell trade post. You got it, Jake. Let me go back over here. So Ozzy Albies. So 2 left in the MLB jersey. If you guys want to look at teams or shout out a player you like, I can take a look. It's $14. You get that player plus 4 more. I think we're down to 2 boxes. So next week will be our last one. We'll start doing something different for baseball, either a baseball or a bat. I know we have 2 baseball things throughout the weeks, but both those will be replaced by those. So, Jake, I've got you with Albies. And I got rid of him. So I typed above the East Coast solos and the Funko solos. Only thing I didn't type in, and then I typed in who's left in Big Al's full size. That's coming up here in 5 breaks. Carolina, Cleveland, Vegas, Rams, New Orleans, and Jets. And then all we have left is 2 left now in baseball. So, oh boy, it's Bears week. Roma Dunze. What's happening? The Bears are the first seed in the NFC. I don't think anybody would have predicted that. Not even the Bears fans. They beat the Eagles. I don't know what to say. Are they going to come into Lambeau and beat the Packers? This year has been so weird. There's not a single team that doesn't have a bad loss. Start crowning the Rams and then they lose to the Panthers. Makes our loss to the Panthers not look so bad. We lost by 3. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, no dollar break today. We did a winner's choice yesterday. And that was done. I skipped the NHL one this week. We'll probably do another one next week or 2 weeks from now. So we'll get started with just the regular stuff. All we have left is a few spots. I'm going to wait for more people to show up here in a second, and then I'll read off who's left. But you can see Brosnan, Demerit, Spike Lee are some solos. Solos in hockey, which we do need claimed, are Sanderson, Wool, York, and Scheifele. Those are $14 solos. 2 left in the baseball jersey. I'll read off names here in a second if people don't shout out who they want here. It's a big checklist, so it's hard to know, but chances are your guys on the checklist. And then we'll get rolling. So just a few items to clean up first. Big Al's can wait a second. There's 6 left there. We can fill that as we go. So we'll hang out here for a second. See if we can get a few of these filled up, and then we'll get rolling. Quinshon Judkins in the black bag. Yeah, so I've got an offensive player from either this last draft or the draft before that in the black bag. If you guess who it is, Get some credit to use tonight. Not a ton, but something. Okay, let's do this. Let's read off some baseball players and see if we can get 2 more claims. That's all we need to close, I believe. 17 left. 76 is what gives us. So I think there'll be 1 solo for $3. Is that what we did? 3? Yeah, $1 $3 solo after we get the randoms run. Okay, 2 spots to close us in baseball. They're $14 a piece. Here's some of the players that are available. I'll just read off till we get a couple of them claimed up. Scatterboo got you. Drake May, Roma Dunze, Marvin Harrison I missed above. Good guesses. Okay. Players that are left, the left side, Beltre, AJ Burnett, Al Kaline, Alex Bregman, Alex Gordon, Alex Rodriguez, Alfonso Soriano, Andrew Dawson, Andrew Jones, Andy Pettit, Barry Bonds, Ben Zobrist, Bill Mazeroski, Bob Gibson, Brendan Rodgers, Bruce Sutter, Carlton Fisk, Chipper Jones, Christian Yelich, C.J. Abrams, Kobe Mayo, Cole Hamels, Kurt Schilling, Dave Winfield, David Justice, David Ortiz, Dwight Gooden, Fernando Tatis Jr., Framber Valdez, Francisco Alvarez, Frank Thomas, Gary Sheffield, Gaylord Perry, George Springer, Hayden Birdsong, Ichiro Suzuki, Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill, Jacob deGrom, James Wood, Jim Palmer, Jim Thome, Joe Torre, John Schmaltz, Jonathan India, Jonathan Papelbon, Jose Canseco, Jose Ramirez, Juan Soto, Julio Rodriguez, Lou Brock, Marcelo Zuna, Marcus Semien, Mason Wynn, Matt McLean, Mike Piazza, Mike Schmidt, Nico Horner, Nolan Arenado, O'Neill Cruz, Orlando Cepeda, missing the O there, Paul Molitor, Pedro Martinez, Pete Rose, Reggie Jackson, Roberto Alomar, Rod Carew, Ronnie Mauricio, Roy Oswalt, Sammy Sosa, Shota Imanaga, Tim Raines, Tom Glavine, Tony La Russa, Trevor Hoffman, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Wade Boggs, Wyatt Langford, and Yordan Alvarez. So 2 names there from that checklist. We'll close this. I'll probably wait until those get claimed up. We'll run the random, so that's taken care of. All that we'll have left is some solos in the Funko and solos in East Coast, and then we'll get the Big L's filled up by the time we get there. McConkey, Bowers, Neighbors, Bowers, good guesses all. Does not matter if you guess the same as someone else. If it's the right guess, doesn't matter how many people do it. Multiple people will get credit. So Golden, I like all the guesses. Okay, 2 left in baseball. We'll run the randoms, and then we'll start with Funko first. Again, if you're just showing up, Funko solos, Pierce Brosnan, Matthew Demeritte, Spike Lee. East Coast solos, Sanderson, Wool, York, and Scheifele. Those are $14 solos here. We are getting down to the bottom of our original purchase. I bought 10 more boxes. I think that leaves them with a few, but that'll close out the series for us. So we'll have 16 left to try to, I want to hit McDavid and Gretzky. There's some other headliners that haven't been hit yet, and then a bunch of fun names. So we've got 16, so 8 more break days. It's 4 more weeks, right? Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, and we'll be done with the series. We'll help them build the next one, get some fun new names. But there's still a bunch of fun stuff to hit in this one. So 6 here today. I don't know if we'll be down to 4, if we'll have 14 for Wednesday. I guess it depends on when it gets here. We trade on Facebook in the Funko Diesel for Conor Murray. Perfect. I know that he offered it. I didn't know if it had gone. Nearly did. So deal. Okay. Jackson Dart, like it. It was Diesel for Kyler Murray, right? Is it DE? It's got to be. No, DI. All right. Who knows? Spike Lee for Bill. I got you, Bill. Thank you. Okay, 2 left in baseball. I'm not going to read them off again since you guys had to listen to me read 79 names, but here's a bunch of them here. See if we can get 2 more claimed, and that'll close us. Pierce Brosnan, thanks, Bill. So a few more to close us up, and then we'll get rolling with Funko first, and then baseball, then hockey, that kind of stuff. Is Mike Singletary for trading the Funko? Let's see who had Singletary. Brad W. Brad Winters had Mike Singletary. I'm not sure if he watches live or later on. If he's here, he can see if it's for trade. Worth a shot, right? Pierce Brosnan. I'll update that. Just 2 left in baseball. 1 solo left here, and all 4 solos still left in East Coast. When we get there, I'll focus on those 4. Headphones out, back in, please. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving weekend. It is busy, but got our Christmas tree up yesterday. Jonathan Sosa. Should be 18. Should leave us with 1 left to close us. Sluggin' Sammy. Wasn't that his nickname, Sluggin' Sammy? Sounds weird when I say it, but Sammy Slugger? Just a second. Okay, 1 spot left in the baseball jersey, guys. Bunch of fun names still left there. Wade Boggs, Tom Glavine, Reggie Jackson, Pete Rose, Pedro Martinez, Mike Piazza, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, Jim Tomei, Jackson Merrill, Antorio, Ichiro still there, Frank Thomas, Big Hurt, Fernando Tatis is always popular in the signed items. Big Poppy still there. Chipper Jones still there. Christian Yelich still sitting out there. And then a few others. Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez. I'd rather get it closed now and run random so you guys can see who they are, and then we'll start with Funko. If Matthew Demerit goes unclaimed, that's no big deal. Solos are kind of there for that reason in the Funko. Nick Scheifele, you got it. Got you on that solo. So 3 solos left there. 1 left in baseball. And we'll get rolling. Monday night game tonight is what? Giants and Pats? Let's see. I think it's Giants Pats. I think the Giants are in New England, right? Yeah, they are. Next guess, and Caleb Williams got it. Yeah, your Pats play tonight, Nick. Pretty soon here. Maybe I'll get to watch the 4th quarter. Okay, I'll give up on filling this one until we get there. So let's just roll Funko instead of making you guys wait. So Funko up first. We'll do that. We'll come back. We'll fill up baseball. We'll run that. We'll fill up hockey. We'll run that. We'll do Radke, which is already filled up. Announcement for hockey that 3 of the 4 boxes, they come in boxes of 3. Like case 1 has 2 boxes of 3, and case 2 has 2 boxes of 3. One of the boxes did not get here, and it shows Wednesday. I don't know how it got separated from the rest, but we've only got 9 to pull from. If that's an issue, let me know. Obviously, it's random 9, so I don't think it matters, but I'll mention it when we get there. It should be here to pull from the remaining 3, so 10 at that point for Wednesday, unless it's lost. But I think it just got delayed somehow. All shipped at the same time, but one didn't get picked up somewhere. Okay, let's do our Funko. We'll come back and fill the last baseball spot. You're welcome to claim whenever you want to for baseball, obviously. Tom, you've got Cena, you traded for Diesel, and you got Kelsey Grammer. This is our last Funko, by the way. I've not bought more. I want to, but I was going to get you guys' opinion on that. Maybe we keep doing them, maybe we don't. I enjoy them. I think the majority of you guys that join them like them too, but we'll see. Chad, De La Cruz, Bliss, Flavor Flav, Sheen, Seagal, and Wilson. Jonathan R., you have Fox, Lewis, and Pascal. Dave, you have Jamar Chase, Wilkins, Holland, Lawrence Taylor, Becky Lynch, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Eric, you have Tyson, Faustino, Pitt, Ice-T, Pacino, and Stiller. Dwayne, you have McKinnon, McIntyre, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Brian G., you have The Undertaker, Christina Applegate, and Tomlinson. David J., you have Iverson, Vincent, and Halle Berry. Brad W. Sanders, McGregor, and Belair. David J. Robinson, that's Bijan Robinson. Trader for Kyler Murray and Dr. J. Brad, you have Malone, Singletary, and Altuve. Vlad, Marino, Howard, and Depp. Jonathan R. Jefferson, Hull, Behringer, Matthews, Esposito, and Michael B. Jordan. Brian G., you had Bale, Lambert, and Linda Blair. Brian W., Rodman, Shatner, Elijah Wood, Bradshaw, Alvarez, and Hoffman. And then some solos. Bill, you had Brosnan and Lee. Vlad, you had Estevez and Cheech Marine. And then Matthew Demerit's our final solo. Let's get rolling. We'll come back to baseball in just 1 minute here. No need to random because we're on our last box, which happens to be box what? 2. Is Ron Howard up for trade? Or you have it up for trade? Up for trade. I'm not going to hold off too long since I'm about to cut it here, but if anybody wants to make a quick trade offer, you're welcome to. We'll get going. Trade you for 15 more seconds, Rip. Yeah. Do a double cut here. Worth a shot, right? Now watch it be Ron Howard. Our final one for now. I'll let you know if I'm going to buy more. I don't have any right now, and I haven't ordered any right now, so I can't remember which way. Maybe it goes this way. I would think doing it every week that I would memorize the direction, but I don't. Okay, here's our final Funko for now. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's a name we've seen before. We pulled him, I think, 2 other times. Pulling him here at the end. Ending with a football. You guys could. Looks like that's winning the poll right now, too. So let's put that on if it stays that way. Don't ever let it change your vote, but sometimes it does. LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. Los Angeles Chargers hitting here. Love the throwback. That's San Diego Chargers uniform. Becca certified Tomlinson. Don't think he was clean. Let me see where he went. Tomlinson was there it is. Random on the Undertaker spot. Brian G. Undertaker, Applegate, and LaDainian Tomlinson. Brian, nice hit. Congrats. I want to say that's our 3rd time hitting him over maybe 10 cases or so. Maybe less than 10, 8, 7, somewhere in that range. Great hit, LT. And if you guys stick with running back tight end, that'll count as a hit. Why not? The bounty tonight, you can see up above, I put Hill, Brown, Revis. So we're going to have all 3 options. You have a Revis Mini, Taysom Hill 8x10, or the Tim Brown 8x10. So a couple photos to pick from or a Mini. That's the bounty tonight until we decide to upgrade it. Okay, congrats. Time for baseball, guys. Again, we're just 1 spot away, so I'll pull it back up. I don't really want to bore you by reading through them again. If anybody's interested in asking about a team or if a player's available, we'll do that. But we'll hang out here till we get this last spot filled up. 1 left in baseball. Then I'll run the randoms. And then we'll get to hockey after baseball. And then our football portion will start. Still have 6 left in Big L's. Any of these names here on the left. Still looking to hit a Bijan Funko. Yeah, so we hit one a few cases back. Obviously, it was an option again in this case because it hadn't come out in this case. But I feel like he was always a good option. Hit him, I think, just once, maybe twice. Just wasn't in this case. Bo Nix in the black bag, okay. If anybody wants me to look at players, let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to hang out here till we get the last spot claimed up. 1 more spot in the baseball jersey to close this. Then I'll get some randoms going. Next, I'm going to grab a water really fast as well. Might as well. We'll do East Coast after baseball. We're down to our last 2 baseball boxes. Box 3 and 5. Obi says Zobrist to close. Okay. Gotcha on Zobrist, Obi. Thank you. Good luck to you. Did I take out, was it Swinging Sammy Sosa? Slugging Sammy? Took him out. Okay, so that should be 19 spots. It is 76 would give us an even 4, but I think there's 77 names. There is. So the final name, Slammin'. Why did I think it was Sluggin'? Sluggin' Sammy Sosa. Final name will be available for $3 when we do the random here. So let's see who that is. 7 times. We'll do them in order. Non-snake order there. So 1 through 19, 20 through 38. You get the spiel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The one solo available is Bill Mazeroski for $3. If anybody wants him, you can claim him now. If he goes unclaimed, so be it. He can join Matthew Demerit. Just one more than being the perfect amount. So Nick says he'll take it. Okay, so $3 for that one, Nick. Arenado. What the freak? Did I copy the wrong thing? Copy. Paste. Okay, since this closed live, I will take the time to read off each of your guys' randoms. I feel like that's fair. If we do it before and I post it, I won't waste your time reading it, but let's just do it real quick. I'll do last names unless I need to do more than a last name. We'll figure out what box we're doing here in a second once we close the screen. Jeff, you have Trout, Gibson, Guerrero, Justice, Semien, Rodriguez, that's Julio, Tatis, Ramirez, that's Jose Ramirez, and Bregman. Brad, you had Skeens, Ortiz, Rogers, Reggie Jackson, Suzuki, Griffey, Papelbon, Mauricio Brock, and Alomar. Larry V, you have Sheen, Mayo, Tomei, Rose, and Gordon. Steve A, you had Kershaw, Piazza, Boggs, Torre, Bonds. Eric B, you had Bo Jackson, K-Line, Canseco, Birdsong, Hamels, Molina, Wood, McLean, Beltre, and Winfield. Steve A, you had Ryan, Soriano, Abrams, Cruz, and Pettit. David J, Acuna, Merrill, Sheffield, Yelich, Gooden. Jay Scotty, you had Jenkins, Andrew Jones, Molitor, Carew, and Schmidt. Jonathan R, Ripken, Burnett, Wynn, Fisk, and Dawson. Elliott, Rivera, LaRussa, Valdez, Smoltz, Cepeda. David L, you had Betts, Raines, Frank Thomas, Trurio, Alex Rodriguez, Cabrera, Ozuna, Springer, Imanaga, Glavin, Henderson, Alvarez, that's Francisco Alvarez, Hoffman, Sutter, and Chipper Jones. Jake F, you had Albies, DeGrom, India, Soto, and Perry. Jonathan R, Sosa, Palmer, Pedro, Horner, and Oswalt. Obi, you had Zobrist, Schilling, Langford, Arenado, and Alvarez. I feel like I already read Arenado. Someone let me know if I did. I don't know. Maybe just when I was reading them earlier. I don't know. Nick, you had Mazeroski as a solo. Jason taking Joey Wool, Joseph Wool. Gotcha, Jason. Good luck. Eric's asking, is Lou Brock or Gibson up for trade? Let's see. Lou Brock. I read him up here somewhere, I thought. Brad has Lou Brock. And Bob Gibson also at the top. Jeff and Brad, if you guys are willing to trade, let me know. If not, trade any of my randoms for Horner or Imanaga. So Imanaga, I'll give you a second here. It's only fair. Shota Imanaga is David L. Nico Horner is pretty good at finding him earlier. Jonathan R. Jonathan R. and David, let them know if you want to trade for any of Obi's randoms. Obi's randoms are Schilling, Langford, Arenado, and Alvarez. Give you guys a second to look through those. Drake May in the black bags. Black bag guess is Malik Neighbors. And then Vlad's asking is Francisco Alvarez for sale. Daryl, what's up, man? Francisco Alvarez is somewhere on the list. David L. as well. Arenado for Horner is the trade offer. Obi? Yes, John. Okay. Nico Horner and Nolan Arenado, right? Okay. The rest that I read out, Lou Brock, Gibson, Jeff, Brad, if you're hearing you guys want to trade. I think it was for trade, right? Yeah, for trade. Eric has these guys here, Kaline, Canseco, Birdsong, Hamels, Wood, McLean, Beltre, Winfield. Not sure if they're all up, but if you guys want to trade, let them know. I'll leave this up while we get the box number. Let's get the rolling out of the way. 3 or 5 is what we're looking for. 2 doesn't work. I got to bring it in close so you can see the numbers because it's small screen. 2. 4 doesn't work. Let's see if I can roll every number that we don't have. 6 doesn't work. All I need is a 1 to get every number that doesn't work. 3. I almost did it. 3 does work. We'll roll 3. Last call on those trades, guys. I'm not sure if the people that I'm asking are here live or watching later anyways, so I'll give it a second just in case. Might as well, just in case. Alvarez, see if Alvarez is up from David L. We'll see if Lou Brock, Gibson are up. Imanaga. If not, we'll get rolling. 2 solos left in the East Coast 2 boxer, Jake Sanderson and Cam York. It's Senators and Flyers, $14 a piece there. That'll close us on that one. We'll do Radke, and then we'll focus on getting Big L's filled up. 6 spots left to fill us there. Yeah, I don't think David's here yet. That's okay. And again, it's an early stream. Remember, guys, for 5 years we've done 9 p.m. Eastern. We're just starting to do a few streams at 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's hard habit to break if you think to get on at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern. I can't even get it straight. All right, guys, I'm going to call it there. Let's get our box going here. Sorry about the trade. There was one successful trade, but I think I'm speaking to people that aren't here quite yet. So box 3. Box 5 will be next week. We'll be done with these jerseys. We may do licensed MLB jerseys in the future, but for now we've got some more balls coming up. We still have the one left Wednesday, but we'll have regular series baseballs that are all baseball players. We'll have some bats and some other stuff to do. Let's just do a double cut here. But we still have one more of these left next week. I enjoy this series. It's fun to have a cheap shot. $14, you get 5 names. I think it's something fun to shoot for. Good grief, Alex. Don't let the plastic be the boss of you. Think. Good luck, all. Going this way. Jeez, that name freaked me out there for a second, part of it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pretty sure I know who this is. I had a batting helmet of his once. I thought it was very cool. I think we pulled it here, and it was a non-payer on eBay years and years back, and it just kind of sat here. This is a fun hit. I think that's a Marlins jersey, right? Nice teal color. That is Gary Sheffield. See, it was like closed like this, And I don't know why I was like thinking it was Griffey. Patriots 94-yard punt return? Who? Good grief, the Pats. See, and everyone's saying, "Oh, Pats are fake. They only beat bad teams." But it's like, what do you mean? That's who they're playing, and they're winning consistently. They've won like 9 straight or 10 straight, right? So I don't know who's real, who's not real. I don't know who's fake. I don't know who's not fake. Gary Sheffield, great hit here. The Marlins. Didn't Sheffield play elsewhere too? Where else did Gary Sheffield play? Maybe not. Maybe he was a one-team wonder, but for some reason, my brain tells me he played somewhere else too. Not a baseball guy, but New York and San Diego. Maybe I remember him from New York. I don't know. Neither of those sound very familiar, so maybe I only know him as Florida. For like 6 teams, did he? Okay. Well, that doesn't make me really seem like I know what I'm talking about. That's just a fart in the wind at that point. But I feel like I remember him on a different team. But Yankees, Padres don't really. Maybe it was the Yankees, pinstripe. Gary Sheffield. Let's see who had Gary. Sometimes I find him fast. Sometimes I find him slow. Where are you, Sheffield? I just said that like the guy on whatever the freak that show. I can't think of the show right now. Where's Sheffield? There he is. Gary Sheffield is on the Ronald Acuna claim with Jackson Merrill, Christian Yelich, Dwight Gooden. Good line there. David J. Dad Will Cards hitting the Gary Sheffield. Nice hit, David. I know your main goal is to hit a license from East Coast or from my jersey, but at least you're stepping up that way. You're hitting a nice Gary Sheffield custom from the Florida Marlins. Nice hit, David. Okay, let's keep rolling. Mets, Yanks, Miami, Padres, Tigers, and Milwaukee. It's got it. The only other team I think that I could like see him on is the Yankees, but maybe I just blowing smoke. Yeah, nice hit. I love Gary Sheffield. I got a cool one. If I know the name, then it's somewhat fan favorite, at least name. All right. Sorry to everyone else. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll do one more. We got one more box next week, and then we'll switch it up. We'll do maybe either bats or balls on Sunday on our Monday starters, Saturday to Monday. And then the baseballs will either get replaced with other baseballs or bats. We'll keep doing 2 baseball things a week. Remember the 500 home run club? That's cool. Yeah, so not a small name there. No wonder I know it. You guys think it's just going to take a team coming to Utah for me to get into baseball like I have with hockey? I don't know. I keep saying it seems like the perfect for me. 160 games, 580 games a year. They play you can lose 20 straight games. It just doesn't matter. Ugh, no. Don't know that I can do it. I need to, though. It's America's pastime. Baseball. I still need my son's still reading the book from that Brad gave us. I need to steal it from him and read it for myself. Talking about baseball statistics and the birth of baseball and that kind of stuff. Really cool. I've got it upstairs, but my wife reads it to my son a couple times a week. All right, let's do some hockey. We will need to get these last 2 filled up. Jake Sanderson, Senators Home Fanatics, is $14, and Cam York. Oh, no, we've never pulled York before. Maybe not Sanderson either. Flyers Home Fanatics and Senators Home Fanatics. But I'm going to read off who has who. Those are $14 solos. The main claims today were $29 apiece. We had 2 drop off. Daryl opened up a couple that'll probably be in his series. Kyrou and Esposito. So those were both claimed hits, claimed players for others. So sorry about that. But now we know they're gone. You don't have to keep claiming them, I guess. But you also don't have a chance of hitting them. So the price went up more than $1 this time. It went up 2 because we're down to 19 claims. Wednesday will be 18 claims. So forth for our last 8 breaks. We'll have to keep kind of going up by $1. So Jake, you'll take Sanderson. You got it. Jake, one more hit, and Brett might take you out back and introduce you to whatever he calls these two, Cecil and I was joking with him about the other day. Dave taking York. You got it, Dave. Thank you. Good luck. See, there's Brett. I don't know what you call Cecil and Samuel. Probably says. Joseph has Taves and Barbashev up. Is that for sell or for trade, Joseph? Joseph has Fuhr, Barbashev, Waugh, and Trocheck. Jonathan R. has Panarin and Fleury. Brett, you have Bedard and Giroux. Larry V, you have Moog, Ekholm, Barkov, and McMichael. Jake, you have Chelios and Kochetkov. Jeff H, you have Carlson, Kempe, Sakic, and Uyghur. Joseph, you have Solani and Taves. Brian W, Wolf, Krause, Hasek, and Myers. David J, you have Faber and Mercer. Daryl, you have Nyes and Palat. Jonathan R, you have Askarov and Heiskanen. Brian, Schwartz and Newhook. Blaine, you have Shen and Stutzel. Alex M, Goodis, and I've been saying Dobes. We played him the other day, and he started. It's like Dobish. Say it like Dobish or something. Dobish. Anyway, he's their goaltender. They beat us. Jonathan R, Hextall and Lilleberg. Jake, you had Sanderson, Jason Wool, David York, and Nick Scheifele. So Joseph, looks like you have a couple that said they'd buy him. I'm assuming you're selling them for 15 as solos on these. 14, 15, you can choose. Jason and Bill said they'd buy him, but I don't know if you meant that they were up for trade. So will you clarify so I don't sell them out from under you? Looking to trade, okay. Yeah, I use it all the time too. They're up, but I never know if that means for trade or for sell. So Jason, Bill, sorry, just up for trade. Jason, if you have a player you can trade, I think Wool is your only claim, right? I don't think you had a main claim. So that's your only trade option, Jason, if you want to trade Wool for Taves. Joseph, it's an option if you want to trade. He said yes for Wool, but that's totally up to you. Then we'll get rolling. So again, let's talk about the boxes. We got 6 left here. Wednesday, we're either going to have 4 to pick from, or the next 10 will be here. That's our last order from this series. So after tonight, we're going to have 14 boxes left. I'm looking for McDavid. I'm looking for Gretzky. Hopefully, one of you guys can go home with one of those. So hope box numbers, and we'll see what Joseph says about the trade there. We need here top 2 after the 7th roll will be the ones we open. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 55 and 48. Those are top. No, only it's 60. Almost the highest two. 48 and 55. 55 and 48. I'll hold then. Thanks for the offer. No problem. All right. Worth a shot. So Wednesday, we'll either have these 4 to go from, or the next 10 will get here. I'm assuming the next 10 will be here for sure by next Monday. That'll be our last kind of pool of stuff to draw from. So for this series, then we'll look at Series 8, or if he calls it Series 1, I don't know. Oh, we're on Series 9. Series 10? I thought we were on Series 7. I was off by a few series. $48 and $55. We'll close the poll. We'll close the guesses. See if anybody gets the guess right. I was just going to look at something. No, I can't remember. Oh, well. Okay, football coming up next, guys. Radke is full. Big Al's full size still has Carolina, Cleveland. I'm going to copy and bring it down because it's up there a little bit. We can't roll Big Al's till those get filled up. Here it is. Okay, let's run hockey. We have 3 trades now. The Giordano made its way into Big Al's license series, so a nice Kraken jersey in there. So 3 trades for now: Burns, Zuccarello, and Barbashev. If you hit one that you want to trade for one of those, you're welcome to. Just let me know. Pinch my finger. Okay, box 48 up first. Good luck, all. I do a good job taping these. I was trying to save tape, but it probably ended up costing me tape. I keep taping them down better when I ship them. Apparently I didn't cut something. This one. There we go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That would happen. That would happen. Number 60. That's white and blue. East Coast certification. That's a Maple Leafs jersey, and that is Mr. Joseph Woll. One of the solos hitting. It's been a little bit since the solos hit, and it was up for trade. Nice Adidas Pro here. The last Woll we hit was a home jersey. This is an away jersey. Jason hitting on a solo. Nice hit, Jason. I feel like I see more home jerseys than I do away. I think that's maybe for most teams, but I love the White Leafs jersey. Joseph Woll, Adidas Pro. We got a goalie here. Toronto Maple Leafs, classic Adidas Pro. Away. Fight strap there. Nice hit. We hit the blue one a series or two ago. Now we're hitting the white one. Great hit. Nice hit, Jason. If you want to trade, you've got those 3 options. If you're going to stick with Woll, also a great choice. You just let me know. Brent Burns, Matt Zuccarello, and Barbashev. Those are the 3 trade options. Let me just bring them up here so you can see. Burns, Fanatics breakaway. The guy that has like 2 teeth and a big old beard. Carolina, he's now on Colorado. Matt Zuccarello, Minnesota Wild. Almost pulverized one of his boys with a puck to the nuts. Ivan Barbashev, Vegas Golden Knights alternate Adidas. Those are the 3 options for trades. You let me know if you're sticking with Woll, great. If you're not, also great. Totally up to you. So, okay, next one. Fox 55. Series 9. You can think about it too, Jason. If you want to look at those players, you may not know who all of them are. So, you let me know. If you're keeping, that's great too. Okay, final one here today. We've got 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I know that is. I've got one of these for in the reserves for Big Al's too. Yeah, you're fine. Like I said, you want to do some research. Brent Burns, Ivan Barbashev, Matt Zuccarello. I can even send you pictures later if you want. We know this is 28 red, white, and black. This should be Claude Giroux. It is. There was another Ottawa Senators or so. This is one that was a random. Love hitting Giroux. It's been a little bit. Well, let's see who had him first. Claude Giroux is Brett with the yeah, eat a jig. No, you don't have to introduce him to Cecil and Samuel. No. Just received Giroux from you today. So, am I going crazy? Was that last series that we hit Giroux, Daryl? And I'm just forgetting. Now that you say that, I'm like, yeah, I've had it on the shelf back there for a few weeks before I shipped with a few other things. Was that last series we hit Giroux? See, sometimes I just say stuff that's. I think so. Was yours the white Adidas or was it a home Adidas? Brett, nice hit on your Connor Bedard claim hitting Claude Giroux. By the way, Brett, I'm not trying to. I know you guys have a little healthy banter. I'm not trying to start anything, all right? Don't blame me, all right? If I was doing this with a family member, I'd probably give them crap. So, Giroux. Got the A patch, 2 good jerseys here tonight. Neither of them were claimed, so 2 randoms tonight. Got a little bit, 2 randoms, I think. East Coast Series or Big L's? You know what? I don't know. I don't think yeah, for sure, Brett. I don't know. I don't think I have him in my series. I think I've had him in the reserves for a while. I don't remember if it's white or black. I think you hit him from the East Coast. Just must have been middle last series or late last series. And if it's from my series and I'm forgetting, then on me. Brett, same thing goes for you. You have trade options if you want to. I just say first come, first serve. So if something goes, it goes. Not really do a lot of trades here, trade options. So something. I will eventually update the trade options. I just haven't done it yet. So. Okay, congrats you two, sir, and everyone else. Joseph Wool and Claude Giroux hitting tonight. We'll be down to 18 claims on Wednesday. Price will probably go over to the 30 mark, so probably $30, but we'll see. Maybe I can keep it at 29. I'll have to look. The only way we move on to the next break without raising it by $1 is if we hit one of the community hits, which I'm hoping for at some point. Okay, let's make sure those are. They are okay. Let's get rolling. Let's go to our football portion of the night. Baseball, jeez, Okay, time for Radke and then Big Al's. We'll do a live fill, either 3 box or pick one random one, 2 box for Big Al's. We'll do another Radke. We'll do some jerseys tonight. New additions for the jerseys were Mark Giordano. We already talked about that. Kraken, Adidas. Kraken's probably the team that's least represented in my PC, and I want more. I have a Giordano, but I need some other players. We also added Nico Collins on the Texans alternate Nike, and then in basketball we added Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's right, Thunder Nike. They're off to a hot start again, right? And they're getting back Williams too, so looks good for them. Jameson Williams. Anyways, let's get rolling with Radke. Brand new series, guys. It is called, you can see, Santa's Fun. What do they call it? Santa's Fun. What do they call it? Hold on. Santa's Bonus, right? Santa's Bonus Month. So the way this series will work is each case of 6, so usually we do a double case at a time, will have an extra item in one of the boxes. The extra item for this series is a licensed jersey in the NFL. So you can see there's some fun licensed jersey options. Because Tom Brady is another pictured headliner and not just on the list. If he's on the list, I'll let whoever wants to claim him go for it and have all the fun with that. But if he's a pictured headliner, we lock Tom Brady as a community random. We just don't lock the Patriots. So you can still claim the Patriots for Rob Gronkowski, Drake May, whoever else. But if Brady comes out, it gets random to everybody in that particular break. The jersey, I don't know if it's going to be like past series where, if we pull out a Packers helmet, if it's going to be a Packers jersey too, or if they're going to split it up into 2 teams. Regardless, if you own the team and that's the team on the jersey and the helmet, you win. So there's an extra item per 6 helmets, so 7 items per 6 helmets. I also mentioned earlier that one of the 4 boxes that had 3 in it is not here. I don't know how it got separated, but I've only got 9 to pull from today, so we're going to do 9 numbers. Hopefully Wednesday the R3, and then I'll get here and then I'll add those on. So we'll have 10 to pick from after the 2 today, but not much else I can do there. Still random. We're just not going to be able to pick from those 3. So, all right, enough of that. Let's read off teams. Let's close the poll. Let's look at guesses, see if anybody gets some credit, and we'll move on with football. David, you've got Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Brian W., Miami, Cincy, Vegas, and Baltimore. David L., we'll show that in a second here, Vlad. David L., Chicago, Washington, New York Jets, and Houston. Jonathan R., Denver, Dallas, Indy, Tampa Bay. Tim, you had the Rams in Cleveland. You sold Elliott, Buffalo, and Steve, Carolina. David L., you've got San Francisco, Arizona, Chris D., Detroit, New England. Bill S., you had Green Bay, Kansas City, Jacksonville, New Orleans. Jason T., you claimed Philly, and Dustin, you got his random as the Giants playing tonight. Brad, Seattle, Minnesota, Chargers, and Atlanta. Yeah, not quite yet. We're getting there. So let's get a box number here. Again, I only have 9 to pick from, unfortunately, but that's better than 0. As soon as the other 3 get here, we'll add it into the pool as 10, 11, and 12, and we'll go from there. Share this tab. Let's get a box number, and then we'll look at our 2 little guesses tonight. 7 times to get our box number. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Box 4 is what we're rolling with tonight. 4. Let me grab it just so it's good. Pour it over here. Yeah. Okay. Guesses. Well, let's see the poll. Yeah, see, you saw that running back, and you stuck with running back tight end, so I'm going to close the poll. You guys are up 1 to 0 to 0 to 0 already. Cheaters. 1 0 0 0. If running back tight ends win tonight, we'll random all the names, and you have a choice between the Darrelle Revis mini, the Tim Brown photo, and the Taysom Hill photo. Okay. Come on, Jefferson. Hey, Craig, did you guess? If you guessed Jefferson, guess again. Jefferson is not a rookie in the last 2 years. I didn't see if that's who you guessed. We'll also do the college here in a second too, because we're using these for college. Thanks, Mark. I'll do that after we reveal this and close the poll. So guess a different name. And yeah, you know what? While we're here, let's do that. Now's the time where you guess a college where you think this player was drafted from. So whoever this is, if you get the college right, you move on the next week. Get it right 2 or 3 weeks in a row, then you get something or something bigger. So college guessing time while we're revealing this. Craig, feel free to guess a different name. Justin Jefferson is probably 4, 5, or 6 years in the NFL, right? When did he get drafted? Maybe I'm like aging him, but I'm pretty sure he's been in 5 or 6 years. This is his 6th year. Ty Warren, perfect. I don't want you to be out of the guessing game before the gates even open. So, okay, you're guessing on which college you think this will be from. Let's see if anybody got the credit right here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We got a rave for the Bucks. Did anybody guess a Buccaneers rookie in the last 2 years? I don't think so, but if you did, let me know. I don't know that anybody got the credit tonight. Just if you got it right, please let me know. I'll scroll up and get it. Bucks rave. 3, 2, Bucky. Not Bucky. It is. It's Emeka Egbuka. Ohio State rookie. Little black thing there. Fanatic certified. He's this year's draft class. I want to make it harder by including 2 years. And I did, and it got y'all, so I'm sorry. Emeka Egbuka was the guest. If anyone got it right and I missed it, please let me know. That is not a PC item for me. Not to say that it wouldn't be. If I hit that, I'd keep it 100%. But I bought that for the series, so at some point that'll be in Tampa Bay's. His name was there. Yeah, all right. Okay, last chance to guess a college. I don't think anybody got it. Let me know. You're going running back, tight end, and then we're opening Racky here. We have some work to do on Big L, so we'll be hanging out for a second until it closes. There's 6 teams left in the next break: Carolina, Cleveland, Vegas, Rams, New Orleans, and the Jets. And then we'll roll. After that, we'll do another Big Al's live fill. We'll do Racky, and we'll do some jerseys. My guest today, new series, Santa's bonus month. I don't know why. I'm going to say Oklahoma. I watched the game the other day. I'm going to say Oklahoma. Maybe I'm guessing a Minnesota hit here. Okay, got a few guesses there. Oregon, LSU, Michigan, Notre Dame, OSU, Michigan, OSU, Michigan State, Oregon, Bama, LSU, Bama, Syracuse, Georgia, Alabama, Notre Dame, Miami. All right. My Utes don't have a chance, guys. That's what you get when you lose to both BYU and Texas Tech. We needed some other teams to lose the last 2 weeks, and it just didn't happen. Oh, well. Box 4, guys. This one's like already kind of hung loose. Just the Duran Rat, but in transit. I'll do that. And I can cut the other part off here in a second. Okay, good luck, all. New series for Radke. Per stats, yeah. Yeah, then they put whatever his name is, and he played much worse. The game against the Vikings, the Packers Vikings, I feel like McCarthy had 0 time. So I tend to go easy on the quarterbacks, but I don't think he's as bad as he looks. It's hard to defend him, but I guess I kind of am. Okay, here we go. Good luck, all. I see a team. No bonus item in this one. My guess is that it will be with, I'll just wait. 3, 2, 1. My guess is that the bonus item will be with a rep, but I probably shouldn't say that because then you got to take my word for it, but that's my guess. It would be with a rep and maybe a non-headliner type hit. But I can be wrong. Maybe they'll put a Joe Burrow helmet and a Joe Burrow jersey together just for fun because they can do whatever they want. We're starting Chargers here. Chargers. Authentic Eclipse. Who had the Chargers? That's why they were claimed, but they weren't. It's a random going to Brad. Brad hitting the Chargers Eclipse Authentic. Gates is your guess. Let's see what we got here. 3, 2, 1. Not Gates. I actually wouldn't have guessed him. He had a little bit of a revival of his career at the start of the season. I haven't really tracked him since then. I think he's done a little bit worse since then. But man, did he start off great this year. I haven't watched a Chargers game in a few weeks. That is Quentin Johnston, TCU, right? That doesn't help. I don't think anybody else had TCU, but nice light blue ink. Number 1, Quentin Johnston. Packet certified authentic Eclipse. Going to Brad. Nice hit, Brad. Maybe I'm getting confused with someone else, but I think he was TCU. How about I just look it up so I don't make a mistake. Six 6'3". I thought he was like 6'6". He seems like a tall receiver. TCU is correct. The TCU Horned Frogs. They were the bane of Utah's existence for a few years. The Mountain West. First round pick, 21st overall in 2023. 2-time first team, all Big 12 for TCU. Brad, nice hit. Starting off with Johnston. All right, guys, it's time for Big Al's. Like I said, we've got some work to do on this one, unfortunately. I don't think waiting until 7 would have changed much, so if it's a day where I can move to 6, I will, and we'll just deal with it. Let's pull this up. Receiver. So 1 running back, 1 receiver. You tied for the lead as of now. Let's go here. Okay, here's the teams that are left. Pasted it a few times, but I'll bring it down again. To close us, we have Carolina, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Los Angeles Rams, New Orleans, and the New York Jets. These are 43 apiece. We'll roll with this. We'll either do a 2 or 3 boxer next, depending on how quickly this one fills and who's here. Might be a slower night. We'll do some Racky, we'll do some big, and we'll call the night. So we are hanging out until this one fills. I'm not going to skip it and go to Racky or Big L's. Six teams left. At least it gives me a second to check the score. Oh man, 17 points already. Guess the punt return helps on that. Bill, thank you, Bill. Got you on Cleveland. You know what? To make this a little easier, so I'm just going to backtrack this. These 6 are $40 instead of 43. So Bill, 40 for Cleveland. The other 5 are still 40 as well. I can't go any lower than that, but 40 is the new price for these last 5. So Zach says Carolina. Again, that's 40, not 43. Down to 4 spots left. Down to Vegas, Rams, New Orleans, and the Jets. Scorching Tick in Vegas. Got you, Ray, for 40 on that one. Rams, New Orleans, and Jets, last 3 teams. Then we'll get rolling. I'm going to read off who has who, start getting the bingo balls going so we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Bill S., I've got you with Arizona, Jacksonville. David J., Atlanta. Brian, Baltimore. Zach B., you have Buffalo and Carolina. Les, Chicago. Brant, Cincy. Bill S., Cleveland. Tim, you have Dallas. Brian, Denver. Charlie, Detroit. Bill S., Green Bay. Nick B., you've got Houston. Brad, Indy. Elliott, Kansas City. Scorching, you have Las Vegas. Alex M., you have the Chargers. Rams are open. Brian W., Miami. Tim, Minnesota. David J., New England. New Orleans open. Jonathan, you've got the Giants. Jets are open. Bill S., you have Philly and Pittsburgh. Ty, you have San Francisco. Nick, you have Seattle, Tennessee. Bill B., Tampa Bay. And Brad, you have Washington. While we're waiting for these last 3, which are the... I'll roll some Eagle Balls. Just show them here close since we're waiting for the last 3 to fill up. Okay, let's shake this up. Let's get 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is loud. First number is 124. 124. Next number is 34. 34. See if we can get a 4 on every single bingo. Ooh. Called that one. 94. 1 to go to get all 4s. Come on. Of course. Hurry my fun. 88. 8, 8. Okay, we're hanging out for a second while we get these last 3 teams claimed up. Rams, supposedly the best team in the league. New Orleans and the Jets. I think Carolina's better than most people think they are, but I don't know. Half is 4. There you go. Half of 88 is 44. I like it. Getting there, guys. Last 3. Might be a slower night. We'll see. We'll probably do a 2-boxer next. We'll try that. And then we'll do some Radke and some licensed jerseys before we shut her down today. But I'll hang out here till we get a few more clean, and then I'll grab the boxes. Zach taking Jets. Thanks, Zach. Good luck to you. Just the Rams and the Saints left. Vlad will take New Orleans. Okay, just 40 for them instead of 43. Vlad. Rams are the last team left. I'm going to close this and go grab boxes while Rams get claimed. Might as well. And then we'll come back open and we'll try a 2-boxer. See how that goes. And we'll go from there. So just the Rams left. Rams going to Brian. 40. Got you, Brian. Okay, that closes us. 125 here. I think what we will do is a 2-box pick one random on after this, guys. I'm not sure a 3-boxer is the way to go today. So we'll do a 2-box. 16 spots to claim on that one. We'll close this up. We'll do Racky after that and some licensed jerseys later on as well. We'll attempt. Make sure. 124. 34. 94. 88. In backwards order. Not in numerical order. All right, guys. You guys are going running back, tight end. We have 1 receiver, 1 running back. You're tied. See where this goes. Good luck, all. 34 up first. Series 36. 0 Wonka. I feel like I'm forgetting Wonka points Wednesday or Saturday, so let's go back and look at that. I do 3-boxers. So would I. We can attempt it, but I'm worried that if we do that, we'll be sitting with 10 spots for a long time. If other people have a preference, you can let me know. I'd rather do 3 as well. That's what we've always done. But sometimes I can tell it's going to be a little bit slower, and 2-boxers a little easier to fill. But I'm happy to try 3-box. That's for sure. So I guess we'll see. Usually we have over 30 people watching at this point when we do a 3-box. We've got under 30. Makes it a little bit harder, but I don't know. If you guys want to try it, we can. We dropped down to 15 right when I posted. What I'm trying to do for you and for me is make it so we're not sitting around. Not fun for you guys. Okay, here we go. Nice. 2-boxer makes sense. Does. What I'll do is I'll wait till the last box. I'll see where our numbers are at on the stream, and then I'll make a choice there, and I'll let you guys know. So we're going to do one of the 2. It'll be based purely on who's here hanging out. So we'll do it that way. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Did you see? Did you see something that said that? Or did I hold it lower or something? maybe my arm strength was wavering when I was talking. It is a rave. Not red, but close to red. Saw the top. Oh, when I opened the box. Okay. Trying to avoid that, but it's not always done. We've got a Bears Rave replica. Who had the Bears? Yep. Now I got you. Usually I try to keep it like this so you don't see straight in, but all I did is to wait till I bring it down for everyone to see at the same time. I'm not always the best at that. Chicago was Les. Les had his Bears today. Of course, the first time when I pull out from my series is the Bears. It's Bears week. Oh, brother. Les, let's see what you got here. 3, 2, 1. Hey, I had 2 of these. I have 1 of these in the dollar break still, so I have 1 left. It's still in the dollar break for now. Just watched a video of him getting slammed to the ground in an old rivalry game with the Packers. Jim McMahon, old BYU quarterback. Bears rave. Jim McMahon, nice hit, Les. Beckett certified. He said I need the rave, and I got it. Oh, we did talk about that a while back because you hit something. Maybe you hit a different rave, but it wasn't Bears, and I said, hey, you need to get a Bears rave, or maybe you hit a Bears STS or something. You got one. That worked out. Emmett, that's right. So it was a rave. You hit a Cowboys rave, and I said, next up, you got to hit a Bears rave. I was a prophet. Jeez Louise. Last nice hit. Jim McMahon, Bears rave. You guys know I like the orange raves. They stand out. Maybe. That's right. You hit the old Emmett rave. Okay. 88. Series 36. 0 Wonka. Back-to-back 0 Wonkas. We've been kind of low on Wonkas. So after this next box, the third box, I'll make a call whether it's a 2 or 3 box, and we'll just go ahead. If you want to join, great. If you don't, no big deal. I get my hands on this one. Did I show you the top? Maybe I show you the top more often than I think I do. Now I'll be paying attention. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, you know it's a 3.0 because you got the STS and it's a blank sided 3PO. 3PO, C3PO. 3.0. These look nice. There's your team. Pittsburgh Steelers 3.0 authentic. Who had Pittsburgh? Bill asked with the Steelers today. Hitting an authentic 3.0. I think I know who it is. 3, 2, 1. We've seen him before. And there he is. I don't know why my head was saying the other name. I was saying Ham in my head, but I meant Joe Green. Mean Joe Green. Hall of Fame 87 on this one. Authentic STS 3.0. Great helmet. This was once, I believe, Iraqi is. Beckett certified. Nice hit, Bill. Joe Green 3.0 authentic. Going to the Steelers spot. That's an other. So what do we have? One that just reset it. 1-1-1-1. That Funko. You would have been down to every division if not for the Funko, or every position. One other. One receiver, one running back, one quarterback, right? I can hear my kids. They're home. Oh, brother. Okay, 94. Nice hit, Bill. 94, Series 36. 0 Wonka. Is this the one I think it is? Let's see. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Got Titans, and it's their white. I don't want to call it throwback, but their older speed. People will call them glitter bomb. They're not glitter bomb. There's some specs in there that are shiny. It's just a classic speed. Replica here for the Titans. Who had Tennessee? That's the combo going to Nick F. Nick had the Seattle, Tennessee combo. Let's see if you guys... I don't think I've had this name of the series before. Let's see if you guys can get who it is. The number might give it away. I thought this was a fun pickup. 3, 2, 1. 2-time Pro Bowl, 2-time All-Pro is the inscription. Number 92. I think this is the first time I'd ever seen his autograph on a helmet, and the first time I've had him in the series. So even after 4,500 helmets in the series, I can still get some new people. Almost had the number box match. Oh, yeah, 94, 92. Hainsworth is correct. Albert Hainsworth. You guys remember him? Excellent player. Big boy. That's back-to-back others. I saw him and I thought, that's a perfect helmet for the Titans to go around the other ones. Something different, something fun. Nice hit, Nick. Albert Hainsworth. Okay. I said 0 on that one too, right? 3 straight zeros. Yep. Okay, last one from this 4-boxer. We're still hovering on just a little over 20, so I am going to... man, I don't know what the call is here. Let's do this. Let's try a 3-boxer, guys. I think what we'll do is, if we have to drop it down, I'll drop it down to a $21 2-boxer. But I think the main idea is that you guys like picking your team and not having a random. So let's try a 3-boxer for 32 like we normally do. Let's see how it goes. If it feels great. If it doesn't, we'll talk about what we can do to fix that. Okay, 124, Series 36. Finally, some Wonka. So our first live will be after this. 3-box Big Al's. Like normal. We'll see how it goes. McMahon, Joe Green, Albert Hainsworth. Team here, is it who it is? Okay. Not who it is, but it's the same team. Which means 3, 2, 1, which means we have a double up. That is 2 from this team. That is a flash. Yellow mustard flash for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh hitting twice in this one. And this time a 2-pointer. I'll do the points after. We know that Pittsburgh was who again? Bill. Bill, you had the green. Now you've got a flash, this time on a replica. Double up in this 2-boxer. Let's see what we got. 3, 2, 1. It's been a little bit since we've seen him, it feels like. Big old autograph, too. Hines Ward. The gritty Hines Ward for the Steelers. Big old flash autograph. JSA certified. Bill, nice hit. There's a receiver, man. Other than I think the Funko led you guys astray. We had Jim McMahon, Joe Green, Albert Hainsworth, and Hines Ward. Let's do a 3-boxer. Yeah, Obi, wrong time to not have your Steelers, huh? Let's try a 3-boxer. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can get this filled up. We'll try a rag key after this, some jerseys. Yeah. A little earlier tonight, I think maybe some of the normal crowd rolling in. Or not normal crowd, I don't know. Let's quickly give Bill his points, which was 2 points. And I need to look at Wednesday and Saturday, make sure I didn't miss any. 11/26. What day is 11/26? That's Wednesday. So maybe I did everything for Wednesday, but I didn't. I don't know if one hit on Saturday or not. Anyway, so I'll stop talking about it and I'll look at it later. Hines Ward. Bill has 2, and today is the 1st of December. Start of my busy time for my job. Love it. Yeah, today, tomorrow, the next day, 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 the next day. Gotta love it. Okay, let's pull up our screen here, see where we're at. We've got about 10 left, maybe more. Seattle, Tennessee. What in the? Oh, there it goes. San Francisco, Bill, got you there. Cincy for Brant. Kansas City for Bill. Cowboys for Jason. Washington for Dave. Giants are there for Chris. Chicago for Les. Les, now I'm pumped that you got yourself a Bears Rave. Buffalo, I completed my Rave set, which is the fastest I've ever completed a Rave set. I did a bunch of trades. I won a bunch. I traded for some. The last one's on the way. I might want to replace a few that I bought that I didn't hit, but I'm proud of myself. First complete set. I got a few that are just a few away, but that one will be done. Baltimore. Brian, Buffalo is David. I don't know if I said it out loud. Arizona, Bill, got you. Cincy's gone, Dave. San Francisco's gone, Elliot. Rush Sports, Nick, what's up, man? Nick's got the Browns. Green Bay for Bill. Gotcha. Minnesota is Zach. All right, losing my spot. Zach. Bucks for Nick. Gotcha. Not. Philly. Bill. Buffalo is gone. Detroit for David. Gotcha, Dave. Chargers for Alex. I think that's Alex M, right? These dang ats for YouTube messing with me. Miami. for Brian. Yeah, you too. Indy for Scorching. Okay, let's see where we're at. I get to see you from time to time, Nick, and other YouTube chats. See you claiming some spots and rooting for you to hit or for you to miss if I'm in it. Not for you to miss, but for me to win. You know, doesn't happen often, but. Okay, we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was one off. I was right until Ray claimed Denver. Let's see if we can get these last few spots claimed up. 32 a spot. Atlanta, Carolina, Houston, Las Vegas, Los Angeles Rams, New England, New Orleans, New York Jets, and Pittsburgh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll get there, guys. Dave taking Texans. Got you, Dave. Rams, Jonathan, Texans. Okay, down to 7 left, I believe. It's going to confuse me if I don't. If I don't distinguish. Okay, Atlanta, Carolina, Vegas, New England, New Orleans, Jets, and Pittsburgh. My kids turned in their Santa Christmas wish list, and I guess as kids get older, they just want more and more expensive stuff, huh? Goodness. Probably should have started before now. I want an electric scooter or electric bike. I'm like, those bikes that cost like $1,000? I'll get you a scooter from Walmart. They already have everything they could ever need. They have scooters. A Switch 2. There's a Switch 2 apparently. And it's better because he can play Madden on it, and he can't play Madden on the Switch 1, says my son. Probably true, but trying to tug at my heartstrings by saying Madden. Give them something signed. They unwrap a box and it's a signed Packers helmet from my collection. You can go put it up in your room, dude. I should. I could. Okay, down to 6 left. We're getting there. The boy wants to play Madden. He went to the Jazz game with me again last week and loved it. Two others, 2 wide receivers, right? And 6 items. That LaDainian Tomlinson might screw you guys over. Atlanta, I guess. You guys don't you don't have to claim. I always get the I guesses, and if you want them, they're yours. If you don't, you don't have to take them. You guys will notice I might be one of the only rooms out there that doesn't tag people. I don't know that Brad does either, but I don't do the everyone tag. I don't tell you guys, hey, maybe some of you guys would like it better if I tagged you so you knew when something was dropping, but I just don't. I figure if you want to join, you know where I'm at. You can come hang out. If you don't, no big deal. Zero pressure. I think that Atlanta, I guess, from Jake is he's ashamed of his Falcons, and I get that. Do your kids think you have Bezos money too? Christmas is tough. Everything is going up except TVs. They're still cheap. Yeah, we've already got TVs all over the dang house. Yeah, Jake, I got you. Atlanta, I guess I'll take my team, even though they're pissing me off. Yeah, they. You know what sucks, and I've done it to myself. Is I'll tell them I need them to do something for me, or like I'll give them a chance to I'll say like, hey, if you can do this, I'll give you $2. And they're like, $2. And like in their tone, I can hear like, why is it Matt? You're just gonna buy me whatever I want anyways. It's like, oh boy, something's gonna change here soon, suckers. Yeah, when you don't have to pay for anything yourself, everything is cheap, right? Down to our last four guys. Let's discount those ones to 29 just to get things rolling. 29 each on those four. I'm going to read off what we have. We'll start rolling some boxes, and then we'll open up. We are going to try Iraqi Live next. It's the new series, Santa bonus month. Still weird saying that, but Santa's bonus. There's one box that has a licensed jersey in it out of the 6 per case. And then we'll do some licensed jerseys tonight. So, all right. Let me read off who has who. Zach's taking the Jets. Thanks, Zach. What was it? Oh, it was with Brad on Saturday. I knew that the other four was like Bill, Zach, Bill, and then the last one I'm like, please tell me I won the Julio, and it wasn't me, but I didn't have volume because there was people over. But I saw Zach win a few. I saw Bill win a few. I was half listening, half not, because I wasn't supposed to be watching. Bill, I mean I can, but I'm supposed to be paying attention to something else. Bill S. Arizona, Jacksonville combo. Jake Atlanta, Brian W. Baltimore, David J. Buffalo. Zach, you've got Carolina. Les, Chicago. Brant, Cincinnati. There's Brad. Hey, Brad. I always feel bad when I have to ask if I hit a helmet just because I don't have the dang volume on. Brian, Baltimore. David, Buffalo. Zach, Carolina. Les, Chicago. Brant, Cincy. Nick, Cleveland. Jason T. Dallas. Scorching Denver. David J. Detroit. Bill S. Green Bay. David L. Houston. Scorching Indy. Bill S. Kansas City. Vegas was just claimed by Brad. Breaking Brad. At just 29, Brad. I think you probably see it above it just in case. You also taking Pittsburgh. Elliott, Jets were gone. The only team that's left is New Orleans. Vegas for Brad. Alex has got the Chargers. Jonathan, the Rams. Brian, Miami. Zach, Minnesota. Chris C, New England, and the Giants. New Orleans is open. Zach B, Jets. Bill S, Philly. Brad, Pittsburgh. Bill S, San Francisco. Nick, Seattle, Tennessee. Nick W, Tampa Bay. David L, Washington. All right. One spot left. I'm going to start rolling the bingos while this is open just so people can see there's one spot. Thanks for talking me into doing a 3-boxer. I prefer it, but sometimes I don't want to make you guys wait. So don't need to shake. We're ready to roll. 1, 2, 3. 3 down. Going low. 2. 2. 56. We got an opportunity to hit a player number on both of those. Those are semi-common numbers. 181. We take the 1 off, so 81. Grab the boxes in a second, guys. Just New Orleans left, and then we're ready to rock and roll. I'll grab them in a second, guys. Just want to make sure that get the last spot cleaned up. Or let's just close this and I'll come back and make sure we get New Orleans cleaned up after I grab them. Okay, 256 and 181. 256, 181. Okay, New Orleans last team. We will do Racky Liefeld after this as well. And then we'll try some licensed jerseys to end the night. The Giants making it interesting at least so I can watch it later. How's Drake May doing? 1 touchdown. Dart's got a touchdown. May's got 2. And they're going to score again. Like a field goal or something. Brian taking New Orleans to close this. Thanks, Brian. 29 for them. So. Okay, got it filled out. 2-2-1-1. You guys are down by 1. 1 running back tight end will get you tied if you do it quick here. Okay, good luck all. Box 2, Series 36. 1 Wonka. I showed the numbers just dropped to 6. I would assume that that's not true since more than 6 joined, making sure there's not like a connection issue. It doesn't look like it, so we're fine. Sometimes I don't trust those. Here we go. 1 pointer. Well, is it a college helmet or is it in college box? We'll find out. I see the label on top. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It is a college helmet. Arizona. Got some Gronk guesses. Scatterby was State, Arizona State, same area. I don't even think I've seen actually I have seen, we have Scadaboo here. You can assume that he's in the series, but I don't think I've seen a Arizona State that I could pick up. All right, if you got someone that played for the University of Arizona, you're alive. The only guesses are Gronk. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Funny how it ends up being the same team as those guesses, though, right? Gronk would have gone to New England. This is Teddy Bruschi, linebacker at the University of Arizona. Teddy Bruschi, number 68. Nice hit there. Had this on for a little bit, just haven't used it. Back at certified Bruschi, Arizona. Love that one. Who had New England? New England, Chris C. Hitting the Bruschi, Arizona speed. Congrats. And I said that was 1 point, right? Yes, I did. I said Chris. It's not our other, though, guys. Others are starting to pile up a little bit. Comeback starts right now. Chris C. Teddy Bruschi. Chris C. 1 point. 12, 1, 25. All right. We're good. Next helmet. Box 56. What number was Bruschi in New England? 55? No, that was William McGinnis. 51, 52, 53, 54. Was Bruschi 54? I think he was 54. 68 in college, obviously, but 54 is my final answer. 56 on this one. Nick says 54. All right. If I start saying all the numbers, then like a picture pops up in my head. Ooh. One of my favorite alternate styles out there. They were wearing these the other night, and man, did they look good. Packers need something like this. It's got the blaze style finish on it too, which I love. A little rougher look to it, while also being semi-shiny. Baltimore on the alternate, the on-field alternate. 2024, right? Doesn't say on that. It's a blank one. Who had Baltimore? That was Brian W. Hitting on the Ravens. Packer yellow with a big wedge of cheese. You know what happened today? I was going to the bank to deposit something for our business. And I was wearing my Packer sweater. And there was this guy like willing his grandma in a wheelchair. and he said, and I said, let me grab that door for you. And he like refused for me to grab the door. And he said, I can't let a Packer fan open a door for me. And I was like, what the freak? And then I said out loud, I'm like, Vikings or Bears? And he said, Vikings. He was like being funny, but still, he's like, I can't allow a Packers fan to open the door for me. I'm like, all right, suit yourself, man. 3, 2, 1. It made me laugh because you're saying a big wedge of cheese on it. Cheeseheads are hated, I guess. I don't know. What happens when you win all the time? I'm joking. All right, calm down. T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs on the alternate. Love this helmet. It was in my PC. It came out of the PC for the series. Got another alternate just like this. A different player, and I swapped her out. Baltimore again. Brian, nice hit. Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle on the alternate. That's another other. When it rains, it pours. That's 4 others. Good grief. You got to start something soon here. Nice hit, Brian. Okay, next up, box 181, Series 36. One Wonka. Bears or Vikings? I said Vikings. Yeah, like an all-black helmet for the Packers. How hard would that be? Just do it. Doesn't need to have dang cheese on it. Can do a G still. Ooh. 1-pointer. 3, 2, 1. Speaking of the NFC North, here's the fourth team I haven't been talking about. I didn't even think there's not a lot of Lions fans around me. So I didn't say Lions. I said Vikings or Bears. You said Vikings. Here's the other team though. Detroit. All black would be right on. At some point they will. Who had Detroit? David. Oh my gosh. You scared me. Fresh case of Diet Coke? Nice. Oh, my wife scared me half to death. Detroit. Detroit was David L. David, see what you got. This might be a little bit of a hint. The inscription, the Lion King. Do you know who this is? You want to guess? Did you walk away? She's gone. All right. Lion King, 3, 2, 1. There he is. Barry Sanders. Love the Lion King inscription. I was after a Barry, I think it was a flat black with the Lion King inscription forever, and then someone bought it full price when I was dicking around with offers and I lost it. JSA certified. Nice hit. The Lion King. Barry Sanders going to Dave. I need to get you your 1 point. Give me 1 second here. And then we'll do a recap, and then we'll do the next item here, guys. 1 point, David L. Barry Sanders. David L. 1 point, 12, 1, 25. Okay, as a recap, guys, we had Teddy Bruschi, Arizona, Terrell Suggs alternate, and Barry Sanders. Let's try a Racky live fill here and see how this one goes. I'm going to re-hide these because we're not using them today. Okay, I'm already sharing my screen. Let's go top chat, live chat, so I see what I'm supposed to see. Top chat, live chat. Nice to see Barry show up this series, although he's not one to usually hide. It seems like we hit him often. At least that's what my brain tells me. Jonathan Dallas. Nick F. I've got you with Tampa Bay with a random for sale. Bill, I've got you with San Francisco. Steelers for Dave. Buffalo for Scorching. Five, Cleveland, Seattle for Brad. Oh boy. Struggling now. 6, 7, Washington for David. That was a running back, by the way. So you're in the right direction. 7, David, Washington. 8 is Atlanta for Jake. Jake, you know what? I totally forgot. I'm just thinking now. I sent that the other item you hit, and you said you were gone for a while. Is that going to be a neighbor item too? Do you need the tracking on that one? I don't know why it just came to me right now, but it did. If so, I'm sorry, and I can help out. Maybe you're back. I don't know. Will never get you again? Okay. Chicago for David. Miami is number 10 for Brian. Yeah, I'm an idiot. So, see, I gave a number twice, so hold on. You do it for them? All right. Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be. I did 2 5s, so who's the right 5? Hold on. Buffalo should be the right 5. So Cleveland should be 6. And then 6 should be 7. And then 7 should be 8. And then 8 should be 9. 9 should be 10. 10 should be 11. And I'm caught up. Miami, Minnesota is 12 for Zach. Cincy, 13 for, where did it go? David. 14 is Indy for Jonathan. 15, Denver for Brian. Detroit is 16 for Bill. Closed on Detroit. Rush just barely behind Nick on the Rams. Dave on Green Bay as well. There are 2 randoms up for sale, though. $18. Looks like David's got one up and Nick had the first one. So if anyone wants in for 18, still have a shot to get in for half price or whole price if you want 2 randoms. Let me make sure. Tampa Bay random for sale. Indy, Denver, Detroit. Put the wool in the corner. You got it. Rams. Neighbor got me. Do it. Maybe random for sale. Okay, so we've got 2 randoms. Nick's going to take the first random here off Nick. So the Nick combo. I'm seeing that meme where there's the 2 buff guys doing the handshake. Looks like they're about to arm wrestle. Nick and Nick to the rescue. One more random available for David. Look at that. David's taking it as well. It's like we're at the nexus of the universe. Nick, David. Something's got to give here. Okay, we're full. Just ignore me. Let's run some randoms and figure this out. Next up, guys, just as always, we're going to do some licensed jerseys. You take a picture here if you want, or you can go look at the Facebook page. It is updated. The new additions, one more time, were, see if I can do it faster than I normally do. Nico Collins on the Texans, the bright red alternate. Love that one. Mark Giordano, Kraken black jersey for the Adidas. And then SGA on the Thunder Nike are our new additions. I almost added Chucky, John Gruden. I almost added Jaromir Jagr. So we got some fun ones coming around the corner too. But that's what I sided with this time. It's an art form, guys. Picking the right ones. Probably always pick the wrong ones. Okay, 7 times. And the John Gruden actually says Chucky on it too. And he inscribed it Chucky, which is pretty dang cool. There's 2, 3. I'm a big Chucky fan. 4, 5, 6, and 7. New Orleans on top, New England on bottom. All right. We've got Jonathan R. with Dallas and New Orleans. Am I showing the screen? I am. Nick F. Tampa Bay, Nick W. New York Jets, Bill S. San Francisco and the Rams, David L. Pittsburgh and the Chargers, Scorching Buffalo, Houston, Brad Cleveland, Philly, Seattle, Kansas City, David L. Washington, Jacksonville, Jake Atlanta, Green Bay, David L. Chicago, Arizona, Brian W. Miami, Baltimore, Zach B. Minnesota, Vegas, David J. Cincy, David L. Tennessee, Jonathan R. Indy and Carolina, Brian W. Denver and the Giants, Bill S. Detroit and New England. Let's get a box number. We did 4, right? So anything but a 4. I should have 10, 11, 12 here for Wednesday. They got separated in transit, just like that one show where the dogs and the cat go missing and the little kids are so sad. What show is that called? Kid show. A couple dogs and they like travel across canyons and mountains and make it home and get stung by a porcupine, and that's how I imagine these 4 boxes on their way to me. One got separated. You can ignore me all you want. Homeward Bound. Thank you. Homeward Bound. I haven't seen that in a long time. Just like that. That's what happened to the boxes. Last box is Homeward Bound. Okay. Everything but a 4 will work here. 1. I hit it. There it goes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did I forget Homeward Bound? Box 9. Box 9. That should be our bottom right. It is. 7 times. Sharon. Let's get my screen back up. There it is. And then I'm going to copy licensed jersey, which is what we're going to do next. Well, the best part about starting at 6 p.m. on a day like today is that Utah hockey plays in 3 minutes. So I get to watch most of the game tonight. See if they can lose again. See if Cooley can get another major Charlie horse. I thought he tore his ACL or something. Now they're saying it's a bruise or a Charlie horse. What in the world? Last night. Here we go. There's Santa. Why has he got to be a buff Santa, man? Box 9. You guys see that Santa show with Mel Gibson on Netflix? Actually wasn't a bad show. I can't remember what it's called. It was weird, but it was a good show. I liked it. Fat Man. I think it was called Fat Man or something. I recommend. It's got some traditional Christmas show, that's for sure. I'm Batman. Where is she? So it's called Fat Man, right? Walton Goggins, yeah, he did great in that. The little kid, the little sinister kid, farming, Fat Man, Batman, farming. We get it. The Fat Man. All right. Where is she? Man, all these boxes are just ripped the hell out of these. They're fine. It's the carrier box, but. I'll fix it after, I suppose. Let's just pull it out here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and it's autocorrect. Man, I'm seeing deja vu. Didn't we end the last double case on a Cardinals team that doesn't get a lot of love, but they're sure hitting lately. McBride again. Thinking, was it a lunar for McBride? I think it might have been. Where's the tag? Oh, it's right here. We do have an authentic lunar. Who had Arizona? David L. on spot 10, your Chicago claim. It was. 3, 2, 1. Normally I'd be like, we could do a different name. I don't have a problem with McBride. I actually just got a McBride rep in today that I need to do some research to see if it was an alternate or if it's just a custom. I might keep the dang thing, but I'll probably put it in the series. One of the coolest finishes ever on a helmet. It's just a classic finish, but it's like sandy almost, like deserty for Arizona. It's really cool. But yeah, that's back-to-back. I mean, it's not back-to-back cases with McBride in it. We could have pulled this at the end of this case and the start of the other, and then it wouldn't have felt so weird, but it was at the end of last one and the start of this one. So we're seeing double McBride. Double mint gum. Trey McBride. David, nice hit. Love McBride, though. Can't complain about hitting him a couple times. All right. There's a tight end for you, too. Let's do some licensed jerseys. You're catching up. Just, it might be a little too late. I don't know. I think it's 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You guys are the 3. The others are the 4. Pretty sure there's 20 spots here. Let's see how these go, and then we'll call the night. I was going to say no doubles. That's not true. We had 2 Pittsburgh in the same dang break. So, man, the Norths today are showing out. Okay, you got a shot to tie it or even win it if you can get a couple football jerseys here. No football spells doom. 1 football might spell a tie. 0-1 Magic Johnson. Larry got you, Larry V. Let's make sure we get this one filled up before we pay. Let's see where we go. Magic Larry 2 is Ken Griffey. Probably about 7 or 8 short at this point. It looks like maybe 10. Bill S got you with Griffey. Acuna for Jay. McAfee, number 4 for Bill. Ellie, number 5 for Mark. Number 6 is Jonathan with Ewing. Number 7, Jefferson. I'm going to have to give that jersey away at some point here soon. David got you on Jefferson. Stamkos is number 8 for Brian. Whoops, that's not how you spell your name. Number 9 is Jokic for Zach. 10 is Martin Brodeur for Larry. 11 SGA for Zach. 12 is Jonathan Huberdeau. I've been trying to hit him for feels like 5 or 6 months too. Elsewhere, and he won't come out. One of the oldest ones in the series as well. Okay, we need a little bit of help here. We'll see if we can get this one going. That's 8 plus 4. 12 is correct. So 12 spots, 8 remain. We're losing viewers as well. We'll hang out here for a second and see if this one fills up. If we get to, 4 or 5 left, I'll show some pictures. But again, don't overclaim just because you're trying to get it there. Let's see if we can get it there anyways. If we end up skipping them today, we will. My least favorite to skip. I love doing the jerseys, but if we do, we do. I'll leave them there for now. I'm going to go trade my water for Diet Coke. We'll give it a second here. If it doesn't feel no big deal, we'll call it a day and we'll not worry about doing jerseys tonight. Never know where to put those because then it overflows. David Robinson. So we'll keep it open here. That's 13. Just for just so see, I'm putting in the wrong spot. Should be over here now. That's why I don't move it until then. Just so I say that I did it, let's look at some pictures and then we'll see if that gets us any closer. Okay, I'll name the players that are still available to claim in this one. I'll skip the ones that have been claimed. So Vince Carter, Mitchell Ness, Mark Giordano, Adidas, Quentin Byfield, Adidas, Justin Herbert, Chris Webber, Patty Kane, Richard Seymour, Ron Hextall, Nico Collins, Miguel Cabrera, Allen Iverson, Connor McMichael, Bryce Young, Matthew Boldy, Rod Woodson, Andre Vasilevsky, Hideki Matsui, Ray Bork, and Dominique Wilkins. Both gone. JSN, Jim Rice, Magic. Nope, sorry, he's gone. Rasmus Dahlin, Barack Bowers and Chris Johnson, Mike Evans and Max Crosby, Vasilevsky and claimed by Bill. That's gone. Jeff Bagwell, Karl Malone, Jerome Bettis, Baker Mayfield, and Bam Adebayo, Jordan Love, Chris Paul, Cole Caulfield, Wade Boggs, Mark McGuire, Chris Carter, Josh Jacobs, Philip Forsberg, Jim Kelly, Adam Fox, Tracy McGrady, Tyler Seguin, Bo Nix, Will Smith. I might be naming some that got claimed. Brett Hull, Darrell Revis, Trevor Lawrence, Adrian Dantley, Sorokin, Coffee. That's it. Okay, we'll give it just a few more minutes. We get it closed up. If not, we'll nix it and we'll move on to Wednesday. Getting a few more people hanging out here. Let's see if we got a few more claims before shutting her down. So we got 13 was David Robinson, 14 was Andre Vasilevsky. 14 is Bill B. There's 15 for Patrick Kane. Here's Brian. 5 away, we're close. I don't want to shut her down with 5. We're 3/4 the way there. Give a little bit longer here. Again, guys, don't. If you've already claimed your spots that you want, you don't need to go above that. Five spots will close us. All wager that claims with randoms for sale probably won't sell unless we wait until the randoms are up and then their specific names. Maybe those ones will sell. They do sometimes. Just as a heads up, if you're going to claim trying to sell the randoms. Five left. A little Chucky jersey. Okay, last call. 5 left to close this. If we shut her down 5 left and you paid, just let me know if you want it sent back or held as credit. Either way is great for me. Does not matter. I won't refund, but I'll send it back. Refunds do something weird with these sites, and they think that you're doing something you shouldn't be with money, and then they close your account down. So I don't ever refund. I just send it on back. So we'll see here. 5 left. Otherwise, we're going to shut this one down. I don't want to make you guys wait. And I'm not good at storytelling, so I'm boring to listen to. 16 for Zach, Bo Nix. Four left. JSN. Got you, Zach. Good luck to you. Bill's taking Love. Two left. We're getting there. Okay, at this point, I don't think I'm going to shut her down. 2 away is pretty dang close, so we'll hang out here for a second, get those, and we'll run some randoms. Field goal is no good. Oh, New England had a chance to go up even more. That's pretty good so far. See if Macklin Celebrini gets a hat trick on us tonight. Down to 2 left, guys. Down to final 2. Names over here with nothing next to them are the ones that are left. Hard to see probably on the small screen. I will not go show pictures again, but let me read some names off here. In the NFL section, we got Baker Mayfield, Brock Bowers, Bryce Young, Chris Johnson, Chris Carter, Darrelle Revis, Jerome Bettis, Jim Kelly, Josh Jacobs, Justin Herbert, Max Crosby, Mike Evans, Nico Collins, Richard Seymour, Rod Woodson, Trevor Lawrence. In hockey, we've got Adam Fox, Brett Hull, Cole Caulfield, Connor McMichael, Philip Forsberg, Ilya Soroka, Mark Giordano, Matthew Boldy, Paul Coffey, Quentin Byfield, Rasmus Dahlin, Ray Bourque, Ron Hextall, Tyler Seguin, Will Smith. Basketball, we've got Adrian Dantley, Allen Iverson, Bam Adebayo, Chris Paul, Chris Webber, Dominique Wilkins, Karl Malone, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. And baseball, we have Hideki Matsui, Jeff Bagwell, Jim Rice, Mark McGuire, Miguel Cabrera, and Wade Boggs. So down to 2 left, $30 per spot. $10 per player. You'll get 2 more players. There's randoms. And then we'll run this one. I'm here, guys. I'm just checking scores and stuff, so I don't just keep yapping. I've never even heard of the Patriots kicker. Borregales. How do you say his name? Andy Borregales. Borregales, I don't even know. That dude have earrings? No. That's just Caleb Williams. Okay, we're going to do this, guys. Let's see. That'll be... I don't know that I want 10 solos, but we're going to have to do that. So 10 $10 solos instead of 4. And we're going to roll it that way tonight just so we can get rolling. I don't want to waste your guys' night. So let's do that. So there's 46 names. The first 36 will go here. The last 10 instead of 4 will be $10 solos to grab. Just first come, first served on those. So let's do that so we can get this rolling. I probably won't run with more than 1 or 2 open, but at least we're moving along. So 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Our solos are Jeff Bagwell, Cole Caulfield, Jerome Bettis, Brock Bowers, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Paul Coffey, Max Crosby, Ilya Sorokin, Josh Jacobs. Lots of big headliner names there. I will check who's got who here in a second, but they are $10 solos. Nope, Bagwell too, right? Paste, please. All right, solos that I've got claimed so far. Bill B on Evans. Caulfield for Nick. David just behind on Caulfield. Bowers going to Jonathan. Okay, so Bagwell, Bettis, Baker, Coffey, Crosby, Sorokin, Jacobs are our solos still left. I'll read off the names here in just a second. Mayfield going to Bill. Bettis going to Larry. Bagwell, Coffey, Crosby, Sorokin, Jacobs are our last 5. Sorokin for Brian. Crosby for David. Okay, we're down to like 3, which would be around what our normal spot is. So I'm going to start reading off the randoms, but we'll try to get these ones sold before we get rolling. Bill Jacobs. Thanks, guys. Coffey and Bagwell are our last 2 $10 solos. Paul Coffey, Oilers, Adidas, Jeff Bagwell, Astros, Nike. Okay, let's see if anybody gets any credit here. Brian taking Coffey. Just Bagwell left. Larry going for Magic Johnson, Vince Carter, McGrady. Look at that, $5 discount right off the bat. Larry B, that's 5. Bill S. Griffey, Nico Collins, Allen Iverson, Jake Acuna, Seymour, and Malone. Bill S. McAfee, Hextall, and McGuire. Mark De La Cruz, Matsui, Trevor Lawrence, Jonathan S. Ewing, Dantley, and Boldy. David J. Jefferson, Adebayo, and Hull. Brian Stamkos, Fox, and Byfield. That's the $3 off. Zach, Jokic, McMichael, Woodson, Larry V, Brodeur, Boggs, and Wilkins. Zach, SGA, Darlene, and Rivas. Brian W, Huberdeau, Johnson, and Seguin. Jonathan S, Robinson, Will Smith, and Ray Bork. Bill B, Vasilevsky, Cabrera, and Herbert. Brian, Kane, Rice, and Giordano. Zach B, Nix, Carter, Weber. JSN, Chris Paul, and Bryce Young. Bill S, Jordan Love, Forsberg, and Kelly. Bagwell going to Eric. Will Smith for sale, Jonathan S. Jonathan S is Will Smith, Sharks Fanatics Premium up for sale. Let him know for $10 if you want to sell. Boggs, Wilkins for sale from Larry. Boggs and Dominique Wilkins are up for $10 a piece. This is our last break, guys. Thanks for being patient and hanging on and helping me close this one. So Jonathan, let us know if he says yes. Okay. Will Smith going to Nick for 10. Bill B will buy Boggs from you, Larry. Ooh. Wilkins, Dominique Wilkins is our last solo up for $10. Everything else has been bought. I don't think anything else is up for trade. So let's roll some balls and figure out what we're going to open. You still got time to trade if you want to or sell. But to get it rolling, let's see. Let's get started. I'll leave this up so you guys can let those go. Kyle says he'd buy Ray Bork. Who did Ray Bork go to? Why do I not see it? There it is. Jonathan S., do you want to sell Ray Bork? That would get you down to just your one spot. Kyle says he'll buy Bork if you want to move it. Get two numbers. Sorry, that's not true. Be one spot on that line. You still have the whole other line to you, Ewing and David Robinson. Two numbers here, right? Yes. 1, 2. Shove that back in there. Yep, sell any of the hockey. Okay, so Ray Bork is up. He also had Matthew Boldy. If anybody wants to buy Matthew Boldy for $10, I'll put him as red for now. Kyle, you've got Ray Bork for 10. Got you there. So right now, Boldy and Wilkins are up for $10 apiece. All right, our two numbers are. I did not put that up there. At least it wasn't his teacher telling me that he's still talking too much. 82. You like a little parent square thing where the parents can talk to us. Your son's a chatterbox. Well, so was I. Sorry. 82 and 53. Okay, so last call on Matthew Boldy, Wild Adidas, Dominic Wilkins, Hawks, Mitchell, and Ness are the two open spots. Just in case anyone wants to grab them. Boldy, Dell, okay. So, Jonathan, you're down to 3 of your 6 players. So we're on the same page. Dell got you with the Boldy spot. Whoops. How in the world did I do that? I had like 2 extra letters in there. Yep, $10 is correct. Sorry, reading this little thing real quick here. Oh boy. All right. Leave it up just in case. Dominic Wilkins is up. Getting in late. Anything else for sale? Yes, the final. We're closing down after this. So Dominic Wilkins is still available for 10. I don't know if anybody else had anything. If you do, let them know. 82.53. Let me grab them, guys. Dantley and Dominique Wilkins are the two that are available. Adrian Dantley, Jazz, Dominique Wilkins, Hawks. So both basketball. That might be your last sport, Dale. 82-53. 82-53. All right, I'm going to close this down. Wants last second claim on those, all good. If not, we're going to roll. I'm going to put these away. Stall for 1 second more. Bingo balls can go into their cages or their boxes. All right, let's roll, guys. Thanks for being patient, hanging out while this one closed. Let's see what we got tonight. 53 up first. You guys are down 1, correct? So 1 running back, tight end will tie you. 2 will get you the win. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. 1, 3, 2, 4. You guys are down 1. This one will not help you, but this is a headliner jersey. That's for dang sure. I listened to a little thing about him the other day. He's kind of a freak, man. If we're being honest. He's kind of an extremely incredible player. The Joker is correct, Colby. Nikola Jokic, not Nicole. JSA certified, basic certification. A new white tag down there. And that was claimed, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he's ever not got claimed. Basketball purple Magic Patrick Jokic. Number 9, Zach B. Zach hitting Jokic. I feel like you've had Joker a few times, so might have been the one that was after him the most. This isn't our first time having him. Probably won't be our last. It's an awesome jersey, huh? Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets Nike. Beautiful hit here. Zach hitting. Geez, Zach, you stuck with it. The helmets were not very kind to you tonight. But man, Jokic, big time hit. Zach snagging the MVP. Great hit, Zach. Congrats. There's a Denver guy, Dell. I know. Okay, not helmet. Box number 2 jersey. I'm tired, guys. 82. Just let it be football so we got a chance. If we tie, I'll go up to a full size on Wednesday or a licensed or something. We'll pay up from the. I can see colors. I can't tell who it is. We'll find out. Okay, 82. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pretty like bland color. It looks like blue and white. I don't know who that is. Good grief. It's another one I just barely put in. I can't hold on to people lately. All these guys that have been in forever stay in for months. And the new stuff is hitting. 3, 2, 1. Miguel Cabrera. He was just in last week. Maybe it's been 2 weeks, but still. We got Jefferson that I think has been in for over a year now, or close to it. Some of the other guys are probably 6 months. And then the rest are, then a couple, 3, 4, 2, 1 month period. Oh, Cabrera. If not Griffey would be sweet. He's in there. But was Griffey 24? His is the other color scheme, though. Why am I not? Hold on 1 second. He is 24, but he's the blue and yellow. with the cream jersey. I didn't realize he was 24. Who had Miggy? Miguel Cabrera, Tigers, Nike going to Bill B on your Andre Vasilevsky hit. Bill, I can't hit you Vasilevsky if your life depends on it. I don't know what it is, but at least you got a random there. Detroit, Tigers, Nike, Cabrera, only in for a week or two. Back out the series. Who did I get today? I got two guys for baseball today. I got O'Neill Cruz for Pittsburgh. We had him a long, long time ago. And then I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. The Milwaukee Brewer, Yount. Is it Robin Yount? How the heck do you say his name? Never had him before. I know that he's a fun name, so I picked him up. There's a couple other baseball guys on the way too, but I can't remember who they are right now. Miguel Cabrera. No problem, Bill. I thought so. Not Vasilevsky, not a Buck, not a Bill. Not really your first choice. Great hit. This will probably draw some attention to Tigers. We haven't had a lot of in the series, so finally getting the Detroit Tiger in there, and he's gone. Nike. Rhymes with something that shouldn't be said. like I'm gonna bunt the baseball. Robin Yount. If you're trolling me, you got me. Is it like a baseball bunt? Oh, Kobe. It's okay. It was for educational purposes. Is that how you say his name? Yount? I don't know why my brain wanted to say like Yount or Yount. Robin Yount? Maybe? All right, guys. Congrats to the winners. Sorry those that didn't hit. We had Nikola Jokic, and Miguel Cabrera. Denver, Detroit on the jerseys there. Sorry to everyone else. I mean, there's a billion headliner type names. There are only 2 or 3 can hit when we run these, so always rooting for all of you guys. Recap tonight, and that neither of them were football, so you guys lost by 1. The LT swayed you. It was the second best choice, at least. Non-Big Al stuff today. We had Quentin Johnston and Trey McBride, receiver, tight end from Radke. We had LaDainian Tomlinson, our final Funko for now. Might get some more in. East Coast jerseys were Joseph Wool, and Claude Giroux. Baseball jersey was Gary Sheffield. Love that one. The rest was Big L's. Miguel Cabrera, Nikola Jokic, Barry Sanders, Terrell Suggs, Hines Ward, Teddy Bruschi, Joe Green, Albert Hainsworth, Jim McMahon. Yeah, for sure, Nick. You guys are welcome to tell me here. You can message me later. It doesn't matter to me. Here is great. Then it's on my brain. So we'll throw those 2 items in the corner, and if anyone wants to mention me. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna go watch some hockey while I'm boxing all the rest of the stuff up. We'll see on Wednesday. The random teams might be a 3-boxer, might be a 4-boxer. We'll see. We got baseball. Loaded or whatever the heck it's called, baseball tomorrow, as well as basketball card. And then, yeah, do our normal stuff for Wednesday. And then we'll see about the weekend. Anyways, message me with questions, guys. I'll get back to you when I can. Appreciate you.